Hi beauties, this tutorial is the last one in our purple series and I have something really special for you. It's a little bit different, but it is oh so gorgeous and it works for everybody. And I'm going to be showing you a couple things in this tutorial. I'm going to show you that look. I'm also going to show you my updated and absolutely perfect mascara recipe now. Which you'll have a special offer in this matching email that introduces this tutorial for you. And then I had a third thing I was going to show you and I totally forgot what it was. Oh, a technique for putting on mascara that you may not have heard of that I wanted to show you. So I'm going to show you a full look today. I designed it for a date night that my husband and I happened to be able to go on this past weekend. It was kind of a surprise, so I threw together an outfit and a makeup look. And I was really pleasantly surprised with it and I wanted to share it with you. So all I've done today is put on Alabaster foundation and Perfectly Flawless Mineral Veil, and that's it. So I've also run foundation over my lips because it makes your lipstick application go on a little bit smoother. Okay, so for this tutorial, you're going to need your base eyeshadow brush, your crease brush, your smudge brush, and your blush brush. Okay, you're going to need Marshmallow eyeshadow, which is white, Tangerine Bliss eyeshadow, which is like a bronzy, dusty orange sunset color. It's not as bright on you as it looks on the jar. Dusk, which is purple, a matte purple eyeshadow, and then Faithfulness, which is also a matte purple eyeshadow, but it's really dark. We're going to use that as liner. And then you'll use Snapdragon blush and Fiery Idealist lipstick, which is a coral lipstick, and Exotic Beauty Mineral mascara. And that will complete everything. So let's get started. I know this is a little surprising to you that I'm putting on white, purple, and orange eyeshadow, right? It doesn't look as crazy as you think. I will have a slideshow at the end to show you some up-close pictures, but of course you'll get to see me apply it. So you're going to take your base eyeshadow brush, dip it in Marshmallow, oops, and make a mess on your counter. So you tap off the excess in the lid, and then, like all my tutorials, I say pat on your lid. Okay, and all this does is it patting makes it go on more true to color. You can always blend it out later if you feel like it's too much. Okay, so I'm putting Marshmallow on the whole eyelid, more patting on the inner corner, inner third to 2/3, and patting into the crease there. The white is going to open up your eyes. As you can see, it's not a crazy white. Once you put it on, it looks more like kind of like a highlighter a little bit. So you know me, my colors are never crazy. I don't like crazy eyeshadow colors. I personally don't like the look that says, "Look at my eyeshadow," when I walk in the room. I want people to notice me. I don't want them to notice my makeup when I walk in. Okay? That's just me. Make sure you apply your eyeshadow under your eye. It's going to complete your look and it's going to make your eyes open up even more. Okay, so I was going to give you some tips on why this look is going to work for everybody. Okay? White works for everybody, especially this subtle of a white. It's going to brighten up and open your eyes. It's going to be especially good for those with dark hair and dark eyes, and really especially good for those who have darker skin with dark hair and dark eyes. But it works for any complexion and hair and eye color. Okay, next comes Tangerine Bliss eyeshadow, which I'm going to take my base eyeshadow brush, and then since I want a little denser color, I'm going to tap some in the lid and then I dip the brush in it, kind of like pressing it, so it's a little bit of a more application. Okay, so I took it from the middle third to the outer third and into the crease. Okay, see, that doesn't look that crazy, right? The reason why this color works for everybody is because it's like a bronzy, orangey peach sunset color. And that's going to bring out blue in eyes. It's going to look wonderful on warm toned skin, but it's also going to look great on cool toned skin, which is what I am, because it's got some cool color to it. And peaches and oranges and corals look really good on redheads, so it's going to look really good on redheads. Actually, redheads look really good in whites, peaches, and purples, so this would be really great if you're a redhead. But this color, I have done it on many of my friends. Not many of them wanted to be posted on social media, unfortunately. Unfortunate for me, anyways. I have done it on people with black hair, brown hair, blonde hair, red hair. It looks fabulous on everybody. It's like the chameleon eyeshadow. Okay? So now, oh, I forgot, you're gonna need like a little like tissue or something to clean off your brush on. Okay, so now you're going to take your little crease brush. You're going to dip it into Dusk, and I do not really tap off the excess for that much, a little tiny bit, but you're going to go in and kind of press a little harder and like swipe in. You're not really going in the crease for that. You're going into the outer corner, if you can see what I'm doing. Kind of like a V. And this is why I do not tap it off much, because I do want it to show up, because this is one of my famous chameleon colors. Don't worry about this, I'm gonna swipe it off. Okay, this is one of my chameleon colors that can go on lighter depending on which brush you use, and darker depending on which brush you use and how you use the brush. Okay, and then of course you take it and swipe it under. You will need either Kabuki brush, or this is my favorite, powder brush to just sweep the crumbs away. See, they disappeared. Okay, and the reason why this look works for everybody is because it has the purple, and purple is, of course, what we've been studying this month, the universal eye color, because it just is. And I love it. My favorite color is purple. I have so many purples available for you to use, which you've been, of course, sampling, because that was the theme of this month's sample pack. Bring it over a little bit more. Okay, see, I've got those pesky crumbs again. That happens when there's extra shadow on your brush, which is why you typically like to tap it off. But because I wanted to put more on, I didn't. Okay, so there's your purple, orange, and white. So then what you're going to do is you're going to clean off your base shadow brush. And anywhere you find that it feels harsh, it's going to look harsher on fairer skins. You have to do more blending. But that's just the nature of being fair skinned. Okay, so you take it where your shadow meets your skin, and then you just smooth it. And then if this seems like it feels rough, just pat it over where it blends, and it just blends it right in. Okay, so there's your eyes. Now let's add the liner. I'm going to show you a trick for that. So I'm going to use Faithfulness, which is like a deep purpley grape matte shadow that I'm going to use my smudge brush, dip it in the powder, and then press it into the brush and the lid. And then what I like to do first is kind of run it under the eye a little bit. It just makes your mascara look thicker is all. It doesn't really look like much. It's one of those things that's like shading when you're doing art. You don't have to do much to make a big difference. So then of course you do cross your lashes. Of course you need to do the bottom. I feel like I stuck my brush in my eye, which I probably did. I do that at least once, it feels like every tutorial, because my screen on my phone is so small compared to normal mirror. I guess I should practice my makeup every day in my phone. Okay, so there's the liner. I feel like I need a little bit more over here. There we are. Okay, so let's do the other eye now for liner. Go at the base of the lashes. It's like you're barely touching your, what's that called? Your eyelid. I don't think as well when the brush is so close to my eye. Then you're gonna do on your eyelid, just at the base of your lashes. And I wanted to share a tip with you too, because I was in a hurry when I was doing this look and designing it for my date, that I blended one eye too much compared to the other. So I want to make sure I encourage you, don't freak out if you go to blend it and it disappears more than you want. Just put some more on, pat it on, don't swipe of course, because it blends it more, but just pat it on wherever you feel like you need more color. If you need more purple, then use that. If you need more of the tangerine color, then use that one. I feel like I might add some more tangerine just for the video. When I look in the mirror, it looks really great. But videos, you always need more makeup to look the same on video as you do in real life. You almost have to put twice as much on. So there's special art to this. Stuck my brush in that eye too. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, see, I'm a real person, right? Okay, and what was I gonna do? I was gonna add some more Tangerine Bliss. Not as much this time. Again, you just pat it in, but I feel like it blended a bit much right here. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that out. See, I didn't do much. And if you feel like that's a little bit much, blend it right here. It's going to more easily blend with the purple than it is with the white, just because the orange and the purple are closer in depth to each other, even though they're more on the opposite end of the color wheel from each other. Okay, so now here comes my new mascara recipe. I'm gonna have to get a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what's new about my recipe? Well, I have been trying so hard to make it look like conventional mascara because I really love the look. I have very fine, thin lashes, but they're long, and I want conventional mascara to have this, natural mascara to have the same freedom as conventional mascara. I'm gonna stop right there and tell you of a tip. I have a hard time with my lashes curling this way. So I have learned that if I apply with the opposite hand, like this eye always looks fabulous. So if I use the opposite hand to put on the mascara, it makes the lashes go the correct direction. So there's a little tip for you. Okay, so where was I? Oh, so what's different? So I have been trying to play with my recipe to make it look more conventional without sacrificing any of the natural techniques that, the natural ingredients, excuse me, that I have. Okay, so let that coat dry. I'm going to show you how good it looks without having to use Perfectly Flawless Mineral Veil. So what I've added was, I added arrowroot powder, so it's still gluten-free recipe. I'm going to use Snapdragon blush now. So anyways, I added arrowroot powder to add some powder without too much drying power, because clay was too thick and it would make your lashes too brittle. When I did that though, it made it dry, kind of frosty gray, because it was absorbing all the moisture in the air. So I had to add some mica, black mica, to make it more black again. But that, like I found out on my other recipe, makes it extremely brittle. So I was able to adjust it to make sure it's just right. I'm using what's left over on my Kabuki brush because I feel like my blush is too bright. Oh, that's because I forgot to do my lips. That's why. So I'm too much talking to you. Too many things going on in my mind. You usually want to do your lips before your blush, so that way they balance each other out. You'll look more natural that way. I'm using Fiery Idealist lipstick. So now I started so many topics, I feel like. I didn't finish any. So I'm letting my mascara dry. So I added more vegetable glycerin, which was already in the recipe. The only thing new I added was mica, which is in all my other makeup, and then arrowroot powder, but I had to add more vegetable glycerin to keep it from being brittle. But now it's black, doesn't dry frosty gray, easily builds, and I'm so excited for it. See, we're already on the second coat, and I feel like it took 3 or 4 to make it look like what I have now on this eye. I'm looking in the mirror behind because, again, it's a little trickier. I have an iPhone 7 Plus, but that's still only like, what, a 4-inch mirror? If you want some thicker mascara to go on, you press a little firmer with the tip of it, like this part of the wand. If you notice, if you're new to Redeeming Beauty, my mascara tubes are smaller than conventional. That's because it's designed to be used before it dries up. I don't have all of the nasty fake things in there that keeps it from drying out quickly. So I've never had anybody have it dry out before they used it up. That was a concern when I used the larger tubes. So just as some information to help you. Okay, so you can see my lashes are starting to build there. That's 2 coats. When you do more eyeshadow, your mascara takes a little longer to show up anyways. It doesn't matter if you use conventional or not. So let's go back and smooth out the blush to make it match the lipstick while that coat dries. I don't usually take this long to do my makeup in the morning, excuse me, or for a date, but I don't usually talk to anybody either. Okay, so that's it. I'm just waiting for the last bit of mascara to dry so I can add one more coat to show you what it looks like. Just fixing my hair because it's like, feels like it's wrapping around my neck. Okay, so as you can see my lashes now, right? Try not to look up my nose, sorry. Okay, so you'll have more mascara. Does it focus? On this part of it, just the way that it goes in the tube or something, I don't know. So that's what you want to like press and pull into your lashes. See how long my lashes are? They're just really delicate and fine. Okay, so now you can see there's a lot more mascara there. Now I'm gonna again use my other hand. Try not to let you see up my nose. I mean, it's clean, but you know, just because something's clean doesn't mean you want to look at it, right? Can you see my eyes now? Maybe if I back up some. I'll show you some pictures at the end. I have found that my tutorials look different once I play them back than when I'm actually looking at them on my phone. So I may think it looks dark, but in reality it's actually pretty light, and you can see. But I may move it closer to the light so that way you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so I've only done 3 coats of mascara and it didn't take hardly any time at all. and you don't have to worry about it making your eyes itchy. You don't have to worry about it being toxic. You don't have to worry about it breaking off your lashes when you go to take it off at the end of the evening, because conventional mascara has tars in it to make it dry and not smudge, even if it's not waterproof. Actually, most non-waterproof mascaras are really hard to remove nowadays because they've made it harder, more and more smudge proof, which makes it more and more waterproof. But anyway, because the tars are brittle when dry, that's why your lashes feel funky. When you go to scrub them off, your lashes break off. And of course, your tars are suffocating your lashes, so it's not moisturizing them either. So it makes them extra brittle, and then you're of course breaking them off because you haven't scrubbed. So you don't have to worry about that with this. My ingredients: moisturize because of the aloe vera gel in it, the aloe vera, okay? And then the vegetable glycerin too moisturizes. And the activated charcoal keeps it from smudging and also growing bacteria. Because activated charcoal absorbs, no, it's the other word, adsorbs toxins and anything bad and gets rid of it. Layman's terms, right? Sometimes you can know too much. Okay, so there you go. How about that? I'm gonna take my stand with my phone attached and take me closer to the light and see if you can see better. Right? I really played up my lashes, and it looks conventional, doesn't smudge, doesn't make your eyes itch. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and I will, as always, put my links in so that way you can find everything without having to search. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. And my next tutorial should be showcasing my new matte eyeshadows that I am in the middle of designing, that are completely non-toxic, don't have lake dyes. Matte eyeshadows aren't very popular, so harder to make, but I've figured out how to make them. So I've been formulating and trying to get the right colors for you. So that's what's going to be the next tutorial, is how to use those new matte eyeshadows. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And remember that beauty is more than skin deep. Bye bye.